excited to share with you my honest opinion about my new 2020 GM 3500HD. This is a change for me, as after all these years that I was driving the dually, because I was towing a lot, I actually decided I want a really nice truck, but to actually have a single axle. I got it last night, and I can tell you that so far I am absolutely thrilled about this truck. Leave the fact that the look, I think it's definitely a crazy advancement with the LEDs and, you know, the front versus mine was a 2018. So we're not going far back. It's almost outrageous that GM actually got so much done in 2 years. But unfortunately, I just felt like, man, there is so much more for my buck if I do the upgrade and change after 2 years. And yeah, let's start talking about it. So the first major change that GM did is they went to an Allison Transmissions with 10 shifts. Guys, this truck drives like a Cadillac. I always said that GM is way more comfortable and smoother than the Fords and the Dodges, but the 10-speed here makes this truck feel, in my opinion, as if you're driving a light truck. That's the first thing that off the bat really I was impressed with. Second thing is they finally came with that auto all-wheel drive. Like we have that in a lot of SUVs. Well, now they actually have an automatic all-wheel drive that allows you, I guess, better efficiency on fuel, as well as the truck knows when it needs the all-wheel drive for the better grip or whatever you're dealing with. Other than that, let's talk a bit about the look. So we mentioned the front LED lights, but the fact that this truck is now 2 inches higher than the old one coming off stock. So they're basically giving you that higher feel. You're sitting way higher, and it comes, of course, with the step, which actually allows you to step into the truck. I personally love it. I've never sat in a lifted truck before, and it doesn't feel like a crazy 6-inch lift or something outrageous. I think it looks very classy. It looks very rigid, but inside it's kind of nice, like you're sitting above, a bit higher. The block heater. So look at this. My opinion is they literally over the years, almost like it feels like they wrote notes of all the things that people wish would have been better, and they implemented in this truck. Look at a clean block heater cord where you just plug it on the side, so in case you did forget you're plugged and you drive away, it will automatically release. Honestly, very minor, but quite smart, especially if you are using your block heater in Canada. So, moving on, let's talk about usability, okay? My favorite thing from the past, I actually in my 2018 requested specifically to have that added and the option wasn't there. But the thumb locks on the doors. You know, you no longer need to take your key out, and you can actually just lock and unlock your truck right like that. So I'm actually proud, by the way, first time in the channel that we're filming in my Oraizen automotive new shop. Lots more to come, lots of exciting things, but let's stick to this amazing truck. So we talked about the touchless handles. They obviously added this step. Again, did I say, you know, things that weren't quite perfect, they're gonna make them perfect? How often do you wanna just kind of climb into the rear of the truck? No more going over your tire. I know I did that a lot. Now you have that there. Now, a huge advantage with this one is if you actually look in the gas tank, they put the diesel exhaust fluid access right here. From someone that had a 2018, that had to open the hood and always had to get through there, and with the adapters and whatnot, I always poured liquid. This right there is a big advantage. Like that's just a small thing that I really, really like already. Moving on, you have this very cool side lights that I don't think we had in the 2018. The side step here in the back, you actually had it in the 18, but now apparently they put the blind spot sensors right here, so it's actually quite cool, even more safety. Now let's look at the back here. So I'm sure you guys have actually heard of the new GM patent for the Hoff Tailgate, and it's pretty sweet, right? So if you actually wanted to open it, and you want to load your plywood, your 2x4s, whatever it is, well, now you can actually do it even with the short box, because this will increase about 1.5 feet, but you have something to block things from falling off. I always hate strapping and all that. Well, that's pretty cool for that quick access. The box as a box, by the way, already has more hitches where you can strap more things and easier, but in general, this is just quite a neat thing. Now, the nice thing about this actually is that when you open both of them, you see, you actually now have quite easy access to your box. If you ever went out and you just wanted to use it as a seat, well, you have that. This actually comes with a feature where you can put wireless speakers in here if you want to have a party box. I don't know why. I guess if you tow a boat, it would make sense. But yeah, literally climbing into the box, right, and you have that for easier loading. So again, very efficient, and to me, it just feels like, you know, people that are actually using the truck and working with them, I've experienced a fair chunk of, you know, things that I wish could have been better when I was using it for renovations and construction. It seems like they really thought about it through and got it fixed for this one. So, we'll close the tailgate. The fact that it has two cameras here. It might not be a big deal until you realize that one is actually set just for this hitch right here. So it's amazing. When you're backing in, no more kind of a good backup camera where you don't have the depth perception. You can literally just see exactly where your hitch is and where you're going. Now, moving on here. So this box also has two cameras, and one of them is meant exactly for the rear of the box. So how often do you wish to know if somebody's moving in the rear of your box or what's going on? You know, now you have a camera designated just for the box, so you can see exactly what's going on here. With a fifth wheel even, sometimes, you know, you want to see what's going on. You have that. Then there is a camera that just faces straight up. This is my favorite camera that we're going to show right inside the truck, because this one is actually an HD wide angle that allows you to not have a blind spot. Instead of a mirror in the middle, the rear view mirror actually has an option to operate as that camera. So super cool. Let's look at the back of the truck. Again, one of my favorite things, the unlocking. But check this, so obviously you have the room. One thing they added, which for work truck shouldn't matter much, but they now have the rear heated seats. But look at that, talking about convenience and things that just they came up with, check this. So this has a hidden storage inside your rear bench, you know, whatever you want to hide in there, I guess, but you have that in both sides. Now, when I fold the seats, always very convenient, you know, just push them up. Check this. Speaking of organization, if you have tools or whatnot, I used to have my big toolbox in the back. Like, they just build that box exactly for your jack and all of the tools, but you now, you know, I already actually put my tow cables here and whatever gloves and whatever extra stuff you want. Very convenient, very clean. As far as storage, right, you always have this comfortable big storage in the doors, I find, in the GMs, but definitely appreciate that. I really like the fact that I can organize my truck so much easier that way. Okay, so moving around the truck here again, get to the front, you gotta love the look of these LEDs. I truly admire. One cool thing, again, nothing major, but just they added those built-in stock tow hooks, and they look so clean in chrome, I think. But as you can see, they're here very strong. So again, you don't need to wonder where am I hooking. You don't need to, oops, I broke my bumper hooking wrongly. They're right here, accessible at all times. Are you guys ready to get in the truck? Because I honestly think this is where the technology stepped up. So let's go inside. Okay, so the first thing you can see if you are looking at the older models is that finally GM came to have a start button. So no more keyless start. Now, if you just look at the steering wheel, again, as an owner that had one before, I can tell you more of the difference, but essentially, you can see here you have obviously all of your usual ones, but this one here extends the mirror. So if you're towing and you want to extend your mirrors while you're driving, it's finally electric. So that's what it looks like, super easy. Here you have your auto all-wheel drive or 4x low, high, and 2. Then you have, of course, everything in the steering wheel. It did get a bit smoother in the back. Instead of having buttons that stand out, now they're flush into the steering wheel for your volume, changing songs, and whatnot. Collision control, heated steering wheel, pretty standard. I guess I had those in my 18. Then your heated and cool seats you got here. Going downhill with the engine brake, you have your inverter built in. Then you have I'm not even sure what that is, but something with the rear tailgate, exhaust brake, again, for a work truck. And this is, remember, a heavy duty. This truck can tow, I believe, 25,000 pounds, but like legitimately. It's a workhorse, but inside you can see everything is very clean, organized. Of course, you have the OnStar that comes with the My GMC app. My favorite, that's the remote start, locking and unlocking. It gives you a lot of control over the car. The Denali, again, comes with the sunroof here. But you can see here, so if we actually turn on the lights, you know, again, very convenient. So lots of storage right here in the middle. You have now your smart Android, because I remember always seeing, I'm an Android person, but you have the Apple CarPlay. Now they have the Android Auto. And this is advancements, right? They didn't have that in the 18. You have your trailer brake right here. So the concept inside is actually quite comfortable. Now, let's start this truck, and you can just see you're gonna have to come here. One thing, I don't know if it will actually show on video, but you have the heads-up display. So if you actually have your camera, I don't know if it shows, but yeah. So this truck now has the heads-up display. Again, a bit of a more innovative dashboard, but the heads-up display I personally love. It shows you the speed limit of where you are, and it shows you, of course, how fast you're going. What I was impressed yesterday already is it also shows you the navigation, and if you change songs, it will actually show you right there the name of the songs. Just small cool things, right, like we were saying. So that's actually as far as that goes. Now, the trailer monitoring, let's look at this. This is really, I think, where they stepped up their game. So you have your users. Apparently now with the My GMC, you log in. So even if you are in a rental car, you can just log into your account and it will make your car right there, the same as you would have it at home. Now, trailering, so right now I'm not connected, but one thing that I noticed is someone that does to a trailer, a work or a fifth wheel, right away the trailering system here, sure, I've heard Ford have had it for a few years, good on them. For me, this is new with GM, but you're now registering your trailer. So I just created work trailer today, and it kind of gives you the checklist, you know, and when you connect them, it gives you the status where it will automatically check everything is okay as far as the electrical, that there is no flaws, that the lights are on. So I have no clue how they did it, but now it actually tests everything for you. So if you have an issue with your trailer, right there, again, very convenient. Now, if I'm looking into my cameras, so check this. Of course, you have the bird's eye. We've seen that. You have a camera where you can zoom in, right? So you can see actually from the top. I have no idea how it does that, but again, technology. Then you have your front view. Again, I don't understand how, but it's clear they have the cameras do something different there. You have this camera, but then when I said, so look at that, the box camera. For people that work with their box, I find that this is actually pretty nice to have. And then you have your hitch. That view is not a standard view that I've ever had before. So again, very comfortable. You have a whole bunch of different views here that you can see. And yeah, I love it. You want to have your lines where you're going, you don't. A lot of options, really. So I'm a big fan of the new 2020. I'm actually thrilled that I got the opportunity to upgrade mine and keep my payments the same, right? And I'll just conclude this episode with my favorite piece. I know that's been out in different areas, but look at this mirror. Look how easy that is. So here is your normal mirror, right? And then as soon as you flip that, it becomes that HD camera that I was talking about. Not only that, you're now able to actually zoom in, zoom out. So when you're driving, you're just able to have that convenience. Now, I'm not talking reverse. I'm talking reverse or forward. If I want to lower this camera, like, check this out. Like, how awesome is that you can literally see what's behind you. And it's not just when you're backing up anymore, it's anytime you're driving. So you're going forward and you simply have an HD camera now that you can control brightness and everything on, that is helping you to see exactly what's behind you. No blind spot either. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review. Highly recommend the new Denali. I'm a huge fan. I'm super thrilled that I was privileged and had the option to actually upgrade mine and step into the 2020. But thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.